what is so important about driving faster than anyone else?
A lot of people go through life doing things badly. Racing's important to men who do it well. When you're racing, it's life. Anything that happens before or after, it's just waiting, waiting, just waiting, just waiting, waiting.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. This is actually going to be a little different than most of my other videos. I'm actually going to do a quick Q&A over what happened last video, the wreck video that I posted, and I guess talk about the future of the channel and possible builds that might be coming up. So without anything else, let's get right to it. So first and foremost, everybody that actually asked to see if I was okay, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. I am fine. It is actually quite traumatic to walk away from something like that with minimal injuries. The only injury sustained is from the seatbelt locking and coming to an abrupt stop from that rate of speed. So the airbags didn't function at all. They didn't go off. I think that would have played a bigger factor into it. But overall, we are both good. There was a passenger in the car, Lewis, so he was fine too. So I guess I'll go ahead and dive into the #1 trending question is, am I going to part out the car? And to be honest, I don't really have an answer for that as of right now. I'm still kind of taking a step back and reassessing the whole situation. So as of right now, I'm not sure if I'm going to part out the car or go ahead and get rid of it as a whole, but I will let you guys know and keep you guys updated as of to what happens with the car. Here's another comment, I guess. You gotta be a complete retard to crash on a highway that big. Looks like he locked the brakes up. That is why you start with small power cars and appreciate speed. Well, I mean, that comment's kind of backhanded. I actually do appreciate cars at low speeds. My first car, actually incrementally, step by step, my cars have gotten faster and faster, and I've gotten more involved with my builds that I've done over the years. This BMW build wasn't the first one that I've ever done. So I actually have grown to appreciate slower cars. But now that I'm in more of a position where I can build higher horsepower cars and put more time and effort into my builds, I actually have grown to appreciate more and more racing as a whole, actually. Next comment up from Modified Genesis Coupes. That had to hurt. Yeah, it did. It was actually quite stressful on the body going from that high rate of speed to absolutely 0 miles an hour from hitting a guardrail. And that's actually what I hit. I hit a guardrail. Next comment from Lil Mayo. Your wheel fitment was terrible. Maybe next time you'll get it right with a new 335. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a new 335 or not. I'm still kind of debating on what the next project car is going to be. And actually, without anything else, I'm going to go ahead and start talking about that because I do feel like that's a really important factor in this channel. So from an overall build perspective, I actually have 3 ideas in mind. Fucking dog up there. I actually have 3 ideas in mind that I would like to go ahead and get out in the open and kind of see where I'm going to go with the channel in the next coming months. So the first idea that I have is actually doing a full bolt-on Corvette. I think this is actually the most financially smart move for me to make. Diddy, please don't play with the camera. Please don't play with the camera. Come on. Anyways, I think that would be the most financially smart move for me to make because, well, I already have the Corvette sitting out in the driveway. And really, I've been daily driving it for the past couple months that I've owned it. And, well, pretty much all I'll need to do is buy a new daily driver. But yeah, I do think the Corvette would be a really solid build to do, and it would also be pretty affordable. I already have it sitting in the driveway, so that takes out the whole factor of me having to go and buy a new vehicle. Now, let me go ahead and transition to my second idea, which I think would be, it would have the most content for the channel, and it would still keep that BMW factor in there. I still will have my 740i that I need to work on. But anyways, my second idea is a 2JZ E30 build, and this would pretty much be a full chassis up build, and it would be a full dedicated race car. Now, I think this would be a really cool build. It would be probably the median of what I'm actually projecting to spend on this next car build. And I actually think it would be a lot of great content because from what I've looked online, it has been done before with the 2JZ motor and an E30 chassis. I just haven't seen any solid YouTube videos of an actual build. So as for content-wise, for the channel, I think that would be the best route to go. However, the timeline and when I would actually get that done would be quite long, because just like with the 335i, whenever I really started getting into the motor, I was kind of learning as I went, and it slowed down on the overall build process. So I think I would be kind of in the same boat with an E30 2JZ swap. I'm just going to kind of see where it goes, and if you guys have any feedback on it, if you guys want to see that build, go ahead and throw it down in the comment section. If you want to see the Corvette build, put that down in the comment section. And actually for my final build, it's probably a little bit more selfish because it actually is one of my dream cars, but another cool build would be the R32 GTR. That's actually a really solid platform to build on. And also, I've talked to Doc Race, and they do make a single turbo kit for the R32 GTR motor. So I might be able to reuse turbo components from the 335 and transition them into that build. So personally, I'm leaning more towards the R32 GTR just because I have wanted that car for a really, really long time. Diddy's trying to steal the show and eat his corn dog. But like I said, I have been wanting that car for a really long time, but at the same time, I need to kind of take a step back and look at the end build that I'm projecting that I'm going to have. So at the end of the day, what am I going to get out of building a single turbo R32 GTR? Well, I'm going to get an all-around solid autocross car, and it's going to be streetable. I can take that car in the street and race it if I want to, which is actually the roots of this channel. This is basically, well, it's primarily a street racing / car enthusiast channel. I got slammed in the comment section for that too, but that's fine. I actually expected a lot more hate from that video, but the overall general consensus was most people really enjoyed the video, and I'm glad I put a lot of time and effort into it. There were some things I could have omitted, which I ended up not omitting because, well, that's really what happened. So trust me, I know. I edited the video, so I know exactly what goes in there and what I think will stir up a commotion and get people more interested in watching the channel. So while I do think that the 2JZ E30 would be an insanely cool build, I'm trying to think of it in game. What would I use that car for? And at the end of the day, I couldn't use it as a drag car. It wouldn't be practical because I don't own a truck or a trailer, and the nearest drag strip is probably 20 miles away. So putting that car on big slicks and taking it to the drag strip just wouldn't be very practical for me, which is why I kind of built my 335 purposely for a road race car. Let me go ahead and get into the next top question over here is, how did it happen? Well, there are actually several factors that go into it, and to be honest, a lot of them were my fault. I will admit that. One of the things that I included in the video that I could have omitted or cut out was the fact that I didn't really have enough seat time in the vehicle. I was in Detroit for quite a long time, and then jumping back into it, I decided to do some test pulls on the way to the car meet. And during those test pulls, I noticed that the back started to break loose, but I actually recovered it. So me recovering it actually gave me a little bit more confidence to be like, okay, maybe I can go and I can do these races like I normally do. And if I lose traction, then, well, I can recover it just like I did right now. I just didn't take into account how fast I would be going if something like that were to happen. So that is my fault on that part. There are also a few things that go into causing a wreck like that, and I don't want to go and say, oh no, is this and this. It was actually a variety of different things that can go into causing something like that, and you know, those can go, oh nice, my microphone. Let me go ahead and look at another comment on here. I'm just kind of choosing random ones. They're all kind of hit or miss. It's either people hating my guts and telling me I can't drive, or actually people who are genuinely concerned if I was okay. And then I'm actually really thankful for that. Thank you for everybody who asked if I was okay. This dude commented, ah ha ha ha, get wrecked. Okay. Next one. What is this next one? Broke the Corvette, now wrecked the 335. You, my friend, need some driver mods. Well, the Corvette's fixed. I fixed that quite a while back. I actually paid a shop to do it. So the Corvette's fixed. Driver mods, yeah, I mean, I guess I could have used more seat time in the car, but one thing that I would like to say is whenever you're road racing, there are so many different factors that can play into something bad happening. Like that night, for example, I'm not going to try to downplay the situation in any way. Pretty much 90% of it was my fault. The car was mechanically great. It actually never run better the entire time. It was at the end of the test and tune phase. but I did notice that the tires were starting to slip. I had about 3,000 miles on those tires, and you may think that's not a lot of miles, but they're hard miles on those tires. So it was probably the beginning phases of me having to start looking into getting replacement tires. But as for that, it was the first time that they'd actually slipped. It almost might seem stupid, but almost before doing a run like that, it would almost make sense to kind of serpentine like Le Mans racers do, just to kind of get some extra heat built up in the tires and get them a little bit more sticky. But nobody's going to do that on a Mexico freeway or anything. So nobody's serpentining to get their tires warm. But it is actually proven to work. But I'm not going to go doing that. So another point that I wanted to touch on, if you watch the video really closely, I let off late. I actually let off really late. I was concerned with actually getting the go ahead and getting the hit, and I ended up winning. I won the race. As to the price I paid for winning that race, not really worth it, but moving on from there, everything's going to be okay, and I'm going to build another race car very soon. Anyways, after I let off, there was a chance where I maybe could have squeezed in, and I could have got between like a Mustang and I don't know what the other car was, but I actually made the decision to go ahead and take the exit ramp because the last thing that I wanted to do was hit anybody's car. I don't want to do that at all. So I actually, instead of merging with everybody else, I hooked a hard right and I ended up taking it into a guardrail. Now, what caused the car to break loose in the first place? Like I said, there's a lot of factors that go into that. There was tire wear, there was speed, and one thing I would like to touch on is brakes and material of road construction. So on the outside of the white line, it actually is pavement, and that's where the car broke loose. It broke loose on the back left, driver's side tire. I can feel it break loose there. And just at the speed I was going, it was too hard to recover. It was already sideways by the time I started to correct. So that's how fast something like that can happen. So the final things are actually the decline on the exit ramp and where the weight was positioned on the vehicle. So whenever I noticed that I was not going to make it between those two cars and I hooked the hard right, I was on the brakes about 50%, but not all the way to lock them. Now, causing this, whenever I was on the brakes, the weight of course shifted to the front of the vehicle and therefore taking traction away, much needed traction from the rear tires. So that, in combination with a little bit of everything else, might have contributed exactly to me taking my car into a guardrail. I am glad that I didn't hit anybody's car. I would have felt absolutely horrible if I tried to merge and hit somebody else's car. So I'm glad I did it that way. I was really the only one that paid. There was nobody else involved. It was just me wrecking my car. I guess another thing that I would like to touch on is, I guess, the overall video. From the general consensus, most people actually liked the video, and I'm really glad because I did put a lot of time and effort into making it. Of course, there's going to be a lot of people who didn't like it and are going to bash me in the comments, but that's fine. I actually expected that. I actually expected a lot worse, but for the most part, everybody was concerned, and they seemed like they liked the video, which is why I put it on YouTube. I made it for entertainment purposes, and I tried to include everything in there leading up to what happened because, well, it was important. I didn't want to cut anything out. It's real raw footage of what actually happened. So if you enjoyed the video, thank you very much. If you commented on the video trying to bash street racing, I guess it's kind of not worth it because, I mean, street racing has been around since cars have been invented. And I mean, if you're going to hate on street racing, why would you click on a video that says street racing in the title? That's just my opinion on it. But overall, thank you everybody for the support. I've actually gained a lot of subscribers. I've been about 50 subscribers steadily gaining per day from this video. So thank you very much for everybody who watched it and enjoyed it. And I will have more videos coming out. Another question. Does your next project have an N54 also? Now, I'm kind of 50-50 on that. Now, I actually have thought about taking the power plant out of the race car, the 335 that I have, and putting that in another vehicle like an E30. The only thing is I've seen it done. I know it's been done before, and they actually have a standalone electronic control module that you can take the brains and everything from the 335 and transfer it into another car. I just think it's going to be more pain than it's actually worth because it is a good motor and everything, but just trying to transplant that, not a lot of people have done it, and I don't want to be the first one to try to make a DIY because then, to my luck, somebody's going to try my DIY and then blow up their car or something. So I'm going to go with probably the 2J if I do an E30, because more people have done it before and there's actually more build threads on it. There's not a whole lot on YouTube, so from a content perspective, it would be amazing to do a 2JZ E30. So overall plans, if I ended up getting a E30 with a 2JZ swap, what would I do? Well, obviously the motor swap. I would like to have a Power Glide transmission, a 3-speed. That's going to take some of the drivability out of it. I wouldn't be able to exactly take it to the events that I've been going to in the past, but that's fine. That would be more of a drag car. Then again, it also has its own set of issues, like how am I going to get that car to the drag strip? Is it going to be on slicks? I don't have a trailer. I don't have a truck to pull it, so I am looking into that sense whenever I build a car, and that's pretty much what it would be. What the E30 would be is be a dedicated race car, fully caged and fully built, and I think it would be a lot of fun to make that video. And like I said before, it would produce the most content for the channel. I'm just still undecided yet. So anyways, guys, I'm just going to go ahead and take a step back, like I said before, and I don't know, I guess just kind of reevaluate my situation, and then I will proceed from there with getting back hard on the videos. I do have another video that I filmed and just haven't finished editing yet. It's actually a one-chip challenge video, so I'm probably going to edit that and get that out within the next coming days. But I decided to put that on hold just so I can make this video just a small quick update. And yeah, like I said before, comment down below which car you think I should build, the R32 GTR, 2JZ E30, or if I should build a Corvette and be financially smart. But we'll see. Are you happy, monks? Are you happy, monks? Okay. I mean, I could transition into monkey videos, which I think would get a lot of views too, but really my passion is making car videos. But I'm probably going to throw a monkey video in there sooner or later. But alright guys, that's going to be it for this quick video. I'm going to try to make it short and sweet and not drag it on. But like I said before, comment down below and let me know which car you think I should build next. I know which one I'm leaning towards, and I think I know which one everybody's going to comment about. But just keep those few things in mind, and then I will take it into account when I actually am purchasing my new project vehicle very soon. But as for right now, I'm out.